Welcome students. This is Bangla Bharathi, Associate Professor of English, Vivekananda Government Degree College, Vidyanagar, Hyderabad. I welcome you all for today's English online video lesson. This is prescribed for the UG, that is BA, BCOM, BSc and BBA first year students under Osmania University. We are going to look at the pronunciation part which is there in your syllabus. And let me share the PowerPoint slide with you. Just give me a minute. I wish that you keep your notebooks with you, with a pen and a pencil, preferably. Put it on full screen. I hope you can see the slide PowerPoint here, which says pronunciation for semester 2 for the general English of UG, that is BA, BCOM, BBA, BSc courses of Osmania University. Now in the first semester, we have seen an introduction to consonants. And in the first semester, we have seen general introduction to English phonetic alphabet. We have done vowels and diphthongs, and we had a general overview of the consonants. In semester 2, we'd be dealing with elaborately with the consonant sounds, plosives, fricatives, affricates, nasals, and approximants. Okay. Now, why do we need to learn pronunciation? This is to improve the way we speak, to correct any errors, and to be understood by people all over the world. Not only that, we have to minimize the mother tongue influence. English is not our mother tongue. Therefore, whatever mother tongue we speak, the native language, that influence is on English. So, we need to reduce that influence so that when we speak in English, it should sound like English and not like any other regional language. Also, we learn pronunciation to improve our self-confidence and self-esteem, because we make our first impressions the best impressions. That's the purpose. Now, quick recap of what we have learned so far. Phoneme is a unit of sound of any language. And we can use the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA symbols, to represent phonemes of any language in the world, which is very specific for that particular language. This written representation is called phonemic transcription or phonetic transcription. And this is a useful tool in learning to pronounce all the words correctly. And such a transcription is usually done between the two forward slashes. For example, universities transcribe between 2 slashes as the university using the International Phonetic Alphabet. As you all know, there are 44 sounds or phonemes in the English language, represented by 26 alphabet. Now 26 letters of alphabet convey these 44 phonemes, out of which 20 are vowel sounds and 24 are consonants. Vowels, 12 monophthongs, short and long, diphthongs 8, triphthongs, which we use very rarely, there are 5. And consonants, there are 24, of which plosives we have done already, which are 6 in number. Fricatives are 9, we have done that lesson also. And today we are going to look at affricates and nasals. There are 2 affricates and 3 nasals. And then there are approximants, which are 4 in number. Now this is the phonetic chart. This chart you have to carry with you in each and every English phonetic pronunciation class. This gives you an overview of all the consonant sounds. To understand it better, I'm going to present the same video again, wherein Emma will tell you about different kinds of consonants. Listen to her, and what you need to do is try to pronounce it along with her. Listen carefully and then pronounce it along with her. All the consonant sounds. Yes.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Pronunciation with Emma. In this video, I'm going to show you how to pronounce the consonants in the British phonemic chart. So in the British phonemic chart, we have 24 consonants. And in some languages, some of these consonants don't exist at all. So it can be quite tricky to learn them. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to pronounce them. You can also download the free phonemic chart that I've created for you. Download that, watch this video, and you can start practicing the symbols and the pronunciation at the same time. But let's get started with our first consonant. Pot, but, T, dog, cheese, judge, calm, go, funny, van, think, this, see, zoo, she, vision, me, no, king, hurry, love, ready, water, yes. That's it for me, guys, in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to download your completely free charts down below. Download that, go through the videos, practice your pronunciation, and also practice your listening skills. Get familiar with those sounds, because the earlier that you can start to distinguish those sounds, the better. So until next time, guys, have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Emma.
Hello.
Really, that what she said is right. You have to keep listening to it as many times as possible, because only when you keep listening, you'll be able to distinguish those sounds. What's the difference between two different sounds? And semester 2 pronunciation, lesson 5 has plosives, lesson 6 has fricatives, and lesson 7 that we are going to do today will deal with affricates and nasals. Lesson 8 has approximants. Now, affricates, as I told you, there are 2 affricates, and nasals, there are 3 sounds in English language. And once again, a practice of all these consonant sounds, where the trainer will tell you, you have to observe the face, the lips, and the way it is pronounced. Later part of the video, she will show you the words also which start with these sounds. Practice it. Keep listening and practice it. Wherever you have a doubt, you pause the video, go a little back, come forward again, play it, and you practice. Yes, consonants.
Let's look at the consonant sounds. Look at the sounds and B. This sound is unvoiced, whereas this sound, B, is voiced. Put your hand at your throat and you'll feel the difference. In this one, there's no vibration. In this one, B, you feel a vibration in your hand. All the sounds are either unvoiced or voiced. Unvoiced, voiced, unvoiced, voiced, unvoiced, voice. Alternately, and the same for the second line. Unvoiced, voiced, etc. For the last line, every sound is voiced except for one. And that sound is this one. Now, going back to the pairs of sounds. The pairs of sounds, this pair and these here, the position of the mouth is exactly the same. Take this one again. But the mouth position is exactly the same. The only difference is one is unvoiced and one is voiced. And that goes for each pair that you see. Let's go through each individual sound, and I'll give you a word for each sound. Pop. Bus. Two. D. D. Dog. Church. J. J. Jam. Cake. G. G. Good. Fan. Z. Z. Very. Three. The. 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 S. S. Six. Z. Z. Zoo. Sh. Sh. Shoe. J. J. Pleasure. Man. Nine. Ring. Happy. L. L. Like. The. The. Red. W. W. Wind. Y. Y. Yes.
A quick review, watch it carefully and repeat after the trainer.
Pop. 2. D. D. Dog. Ch. Ch. Church. J. J. Jam. K. K. Cake. G. G. Good. Fan. V. V. Very. Three. The. 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 Six. Zoo. Sh. Sh. Shoe. Sh. Sh. Pleasure. Man. Nine. Ring. Happy. L. Like. R. Red. Wind.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, these are the consonant sounds. Okay. And what do we have in lesson number 7? We have affricates and nasals. These can be classified according to the manner of their articulation. Now, affricates are the type of consonant sounds made when the air escapes from the narrow passage of the mouth, causing a friction or a hissing sound. There are 2 affricates in English language and 3 nasals based on manner of articulation. 2 affricates are ch and j. Ch is voiceless, j is voiced. 3 nasals, ma, na, and ing. Nasals are produced when the air comes through your nose. That's why they are called nasals. If you close your nose and try to pronounce it, it won't come. So how are these based on the manner of articulation? There's a quick, short video on this. Watch it.
When it comes to manner of articulation, we have 6 different ways in which our breath is produced in order to make our sounds. We have our plosives, our affricates, fricatives, the nasal sounds, our lateral sounds, and the approximants. Let's take a look at each individually and see how they differ from one another. First, we have our plosive sounds. As the word might indicate, we have basically a little explosion of sound with our breath. The plosive sounds are made through a 3-step process. First, there's a closure somewhere in the vocal tract. Second, there's a buildup of air. And finally, there's a sudden release of that air, like a little explosion. If we look at some of the sounds that are made this way, we might better understand why they are called plosives. Examples are Again, we have a closure in the vocal tract, a buildup of air, and a sudden release. B, k, and g. Next, we have our affricates. This manner of articulation is very, very close to the plosives. However, there's one very important difference, and that's in the last step. Again, with the affricates, we have a closure somewhere in the vocal tract. We have a buildup of air. However, with this manner of articulation, we have a gradual release of air rather than the sudden release of air with the plosives. There are two examples of these sounds, and they are ch and j. Again, there's a closure, a buildup of air, but yet this time it's a sudden release. Let's take a look at that one more time. We have ch and
J.
j.
That's about how the manner of articulation. Based on that, you have your affricates. We'll look at it more clearly. Ch and j, the affricates. Watch it carefully. The two sounds, affricates,
are the affricates. Remember the difference between a fricative and an affricate. A fricative is air being pushed through a small gap, whereas an affricate is a plosive followed by a fricative. These are ch and j, like in church and change and jam. It's strange to think of ch as being a ts followed by a sh, but if you listen extremely closely, you can hear where the plosive is followed by a fricative. Try it yourself. These are the palato-alveolar affricates and are sounded by placing the blade or tip of the tongue behind the alveolar ridge. To finish, let's have a look at how important it is to recognise voiced versus voiceless sounds. Compare these words. The only thing stopping them from being identical is whether or not one of their consonants is voiced. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time when we'll be learning about the nasal sounds of English.
So today we're going to do affricates and nasals. Okay. Now more on these affricates. How are they pronounced? Another short video.
And now we have our nasal sounds.
Nasals.
There are three nasal sounds. And basically the pattern of air that's moving out of our vocal tract has to do with two big instances. And that is a closure in the vocal tract, except aside from the plosives and affricates, what we have is air escaping through our nasal cavity. These sounds include and We're moving from the front of the mouth to the back of the mouth. First with the M sound or the We're closing both lips and the air is escaping through the nasal passage. Next we have our N sound or our sound. There, the closure is inside the mouth, but our tongue is closing up near our alveolar ridge, and the air is escaping through the nose. Again, that's Finally, we have our NG sound, and the closure there is happening further back in the vocal tract, and now we're producing a sound such as It's not a wonderful sound, but nonetheless, we do need to use it, especially with our present participles and our gerunds. Continuing on with the manner of articulation, we have our lateral sound. There's only one of them. I like to think of it as our lonely lateral
Laterals
sound.
is the L sound.
The lateral sound is the L sound or L. It's called lateral because the tip of the tongue is placed on the alveolar ridge and air escapes through the mouth laterally along both sides of the tongue. Again, that's lateral sounds and If you try that at home, you can get, again, an appreciation of where the air is going. It's moving laterally along the vocal tract, and that's Finishing off our
That's about the lateral sounds.
And now we have.
Now we will look at the text, the exercises that we have. First, we'll do the affricates ch and j. Then we will move on to the nasals ma, na and ing. Okay. First one here. It is pronunciation of ch and j. Only two affricates we have. And one is ch. Ch is voiceless. J whereas is voiced. In the beginning position, champion, check. Middle position, matching, bachelor. Final position, peach, beach. J. Starting position, jug, just, judge. Middle position, adjust, subject. Final, ridge, badge. I hope these are very clear. Now try to practice more. Now the volume of this particular video is quite low. This is from bbclearningenglish.com. You can subscribe to the website also, and there are many such videos. Since the volume is low, I want you to really focus and try to repeat it after the trainer. Here we go. J.
This is a voiced consonant. You can hear it at the beginning of the word j, in the middle of the word roger, at the end of the word bridge, and at the beginning and end of the word judge. Did you notice the shape of my mouth? Judge. Judge. Now let's practice. Listen and repeat after me. Joke.
Joke.
Lodger.
Lodger.
Bridge.
Bridge.
Judge.
Judge.
Okay.
Now j and ch.
You may find it difficult to hear the difference between the voiced sound that you hear at the beginning of the word joke and its voiceless partner that you hear at the beginning of the word choke. Listen carefully to hear the difference. For each example, I'll say the word with the voiced sound first. Joke. Choke.
Choke. Choke.
Chunk.
Chunk. Chunk.
Lunch.
Lunge. Lunch.
Surge.
Surge. Search.
Listen and repeat. Joke.
Joke.
Choke.
Choke.
Junk.
Chunk.
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 Lunge.
Lunge.
Lunch.
Lunch.
Surge.
Surge.
Search.
Search.
Okay.
I hope you have understood. The ch is voiceless. J is voiced. So based on the pronunciation, it could be a lunch or a lounge. Lounge is a place where you rest. Lunch is what you eat during the midday. We'll go to the next slide. J and J, few more examples.
To hear the difference between the voiceless sound that you hear at the beginning of the word choke and the voiced sound that you hear at the beginning of the word joke. Listen carefully to hear the difference. For each example, I'll say the word with the voiceless sound first. Choke, joke, chunk, jump, rich, ridge, lunch, lunge. Now you try. Listen and repeat after me. Choke,
Choke.
joke,
Joke.
chunk,
Chunk.
junk,
Junk.
lunch,
Lunch.
lunge,
Lunch.
rich,
Rich.
rich.
Ridge.
Okay.
Ch and J, I hope you have got it very clear. Now we'll look at the other three sounds that are the nasals. Nasal consonants are produced when the complete closure of air is there in the mouth and the air passes through the nose. There are three nasals, ma, na and ing. Example, starting position ma, man, must, Middle position, grammar, smooth. Final, game, fame. Na, starting position, next, now. Middle position, manage, answer. Last, ban, cane. Ing, you don't have ing in the initial position unless, except for some African languages in the proper nouns, but otherwise, ing usually doesn't come in the initial position. Middle position, finger, uncle. Final, ring, bang. I hope you have got this. Now we'll look at some more practice videos. Observe, listen carefully and repeat it after the trainer. There we go. Ma.
This is a consonant sound. It's pronounced. I make this sound by closing my lips and letting the sound come from my nose. I can even feel my lips vibrating. You try. You can hear this sound at the beginning of the word more, in the middle of the word hammer, at the end of the word sun, and at the beginning and end of the word mine. Now you try. Listen and repeat. More. Hammer. Sun. Mine. Good. It may be difficult to hear the difference between this sound and two similar sounds. The sound that you hear at the end of the word sun and the sound that you hear at the end of the word sun. Now listen carefully and watch the shape of my mouth as I say these words. Sun.
Some. Sun.
Sun.
Rum. Run. Run.
Now you try. Listen and repeat after me. Sun.
Some.
Sun.
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 Sung. Rum. Run. Rung. Now we'll do na, n.
This is a consonant sound. You can hear it at the beginning of the word nice, in the middle of the word funny, at the end of the word sun, and at the beginning and end of the word none.
None.
In English, we make this sound with the tongue behind the tooth. And when you make this sound, you should be able to feel a vibration in your nose. Now let's practice. Listen and repeat after me. Nice.
Nice.
Funny.
Funny.
Sun.
Sun.
None.
None. Na and ing. What's the difference?
Tell the difference between this sound and another similar consonant, which is made much further back in the mouth. Listen to these examples. Sun. Sun. Can you hear the difference? Let's try. You repeat after me. Sun. 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 Here are some more examples. Listen first. Pin. Pin. Ran. Ran. Thing. Thing. Wind. Wind. Now you try. Listen again and repeat after me. Pin.
Pen.
Ping.
Ping.
Ran.
Ran.
Rang.
Rang.
Thing.
thin,
thing,
thing,
wind,
wind,
winged.
winged.
Okay.
More practice is needed for the last one.
Sound. Now in English, you will never find it at the beginning of a word because it only comes at the end of a syllable. So you find it in the middle of the word anger, and the middle of the word thanks, and at the end of the word wrong. Now we make this sound towards the back of the mouth. And if you do this sound correctly, you can feel a vibration in your nose. Now let's practice. Listen to these examples and repeat after me. Wrong,
Wrong,
anger,
anger,
thanks.
thanks.
Okay,
More practice with ing and
now it
n.
can be difficult to hear the difference between this sound and another similar consonant. Listen carefully. Wrong,
Wrong, run,
wrong,
wrong,
run.
run.
Now n is made at the back of the mouth and n is made behind the teeth. Now you try. Listen and repeat. Wrong,
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 run,
wrong,
wrong,
wrong.
run.
Now let's have some more examples. Listen first. Tongue, tongue. Wing, wing. Robbing, robbing. Singer, singer. Now you try. Listen and repeat. Tongue,
Tongue,
tongue.
ton,
Wing,
wing,
wing.
win,
Robbing,
robin,
robbing.
robin,
Singer,
singer,
singer.
sinner.
Okay.
Since these require more practice, the more you practice, the better your pronunciation becomes. And finally, one last look at the nasal sounds and the approximants that are there in your syllabus. This is kind of a winding up. Watch it carefully and practice.
Welcome to a series all about the sounds of English. In this series, we're going to learn all about the physical sounds that we have in English. Today,
We are going to, only nasals is there in the syllabus, whereas approximants will do it in the next class. So this is only, video is edited to have only the nasals here. Oh, sorry. Watch it.
welcome to a series all about the sounds of English. In this series, we're going to learn all about the physical sounds that we have in English. Today, we're going to learn about the sonorants, that is, the nasals and the approximants. A sonorant consonant is a sound that is produced without any disturbance to the airflow, as opposed to obstruents, where the airflow is obstructed. Vowel sounds are also sonorant. Sonorant consonants in English can be split into nasals and approximants. The nasal consonants in English are and as in mouth, nose, and sing. They are called nasals as articulating the sounds require airflow through the nose. Is the first sound we will talk about. It is called a bilabial nasal, as both lips are closed for its articulation as air escapes through the nose. It is also voiced. Remember, you can check if a sound is voiced or voiceless by placing your finger on the front of your throat as you recite the sound. If you feel a vibration, it is voiced. If not, it is voiceless. Is a dental alveolar sound, articulated by placing the tip or blade of the tongue at the alveolar ridge behind the upper teeth. It is also voiced, meaning the vocal cords vibrate. Is a sound which is found in words like long and song, and is usually written in English as NG. However, we also see it in words like ink and pink. It is a velar nasal, meaning that the back of the tongue rests against the velum at the soft palate. Like all English nasals, it too is voiced.
This is about the nasal sounds. Approximants, we'll do it in the next class. So affricates and nasals we have done. Affricates combine kind of a explosion plosive with an immediate following with the fricative at some point or the other. There are two, ch and j. You have to give examples: church, munch, watch. J, judge, jump, fudge. And coming to nasals, m, n, and eng. M, month, hammer, ram. N, nail, banter, fan. Eng usually doesn't come in the beginning, it comes in the middle and towards the end. Linger, bring, or in English. I hope this is clear, students. So, fricatives, we are doing, not fricatives, we were doing nasals, approximants, affricates and nasals. Affricates are 2 in number, ch and j. Nasals are 3, m, n, and eng. We have seen how the manner of articulation is. We have watched the videos. We have also practiced along with the video. Added to that, we have also done the exercises from the textbook. We have looked at the text and the key also. With this, we come to the end of affricates and nasals. I hope you have liked it. Let me stop sharing the screen. Okay. So with this, we have come to the end of our lesson number 7, where we had nasals and affricates as your as a part of your pronunciation syllabus. In the next class, we will do approximants and laterals we have missed, that is L and R, and you also have approximants, how they are pronounced. There are lots of examples for approximants. So till we meet in the next class, you keep practicing, do a lot of listening, do a lot of reading, and do a lot of speaking as well. The more you listen and speak, the better your fluency will improve. If you have any doubts in this particular lecture video lesson, you can pause the lesson, go back and keep practicing. Watch those videos, listen to them and keep practicing along with the trainers or the presenters. So wishing you good luck. Till we meet again, stay home, stay safe. Whenever you go out, wear your facial mask, use sanitizers, wash your hands thoroughly with soap as many times as possible. So students, take care, and till we meet in the next class, happy learning. Thank you.